Imagine this: a top Republican secretly begging Joe Biden to pardon Donald Trump before the indictments even hit. What if that one phone call could have derailed the chaos ripping America apart right now? Stick around, because Mitt Romney just dropped this bombshell, and it's about to flip everything you thought you knew about power, revenge, and the soul of our democracy. Welcome to Libo News. I'm your host, diving deep into the stories that shape our world. Tonight, we're unpacking Mitt Romney's jaw-dropping confession from a packed event at Drew University in New Jersey. The former GOP presidential nominee, never one to shy from controversy, revealed he personally dialed up the White House during the Biden years. His mission? Urge President Biden to preemptively pardon Donald Trump amid Jack Smith's investigation. Yeah, you heard that right. A Republican pleading for mercy on his party's biggest lightning rod. Why would Romney do this? Let's break it down, because this isn't just gossip. It's a window into the raw mechanics of American politics. Romney told CNN's Dana Bash straight up, "I called a senior advisor and said, if the Justice Department indicts Trump, Biden should pardon him immediately. Reason one? To douse the flames of anger, hate, and vitriol that's poisoned our national conversation. But dig deeper. Reason two hits like a gut punch. We just can't start prosecuting political opponents." Romney's not mincing words here. In a system built on checks and balances, weaponizing the DOJ against rivals isn't justice. It's a slide toward authoritarianism. He called it a very dangerous path, echoing fears that echo through history, from Nixon's enemies list to modern-day show trials abroad. And get this, when Bash pressed him on the White House response, Romney flashed a wry smile and said, "They didn't do that. Ouch." It's a reminder of how razor-thin our institutions hang, one decision away from stability or spiral. Romney's been consistent. Last year, he doubled down, saying if he were Biden, he'd have issued that pardon the second indictments dropped. Why the obsession with de-escalation? Romney's worldview, forged in the fires of his 2012 run and decades in the Senate, sees politics as a noble arena, not a gladiatorial pit. Pardoning Trump preemptively, he argued, would have sent a crystal-clear signal: no one is above the law, but no one gets hunted for sport either. It's neutral ground, protecting the presidency's dignity without endorsing the man. But fast forward to today, and Romney's warnings feel prophetic, almost eerie. He's slamming the Trump administration's fresh indictment of former FBI Director James Comey as pure payback. The idea of using justice to punish opponents? That's not the path, Romney said, his voice steady but laced with urgency. Why Comey? Romney zeroes in on the psychology: humiliation. The most powerful negative emotion, he calls it. Picture Trump, the ultimate showman, reduced to the defendant's chair in a New York courtroom, scolded by a judge, skewered by a prosecutor who campaigned on his scalp. That sting? It's not just personal, it's primal. Romney connects the dots. Trump promised revenge and retribution on the trail, and now he's delivering, beefing up the executive branch because his circle sees it as too weak. It's a power grab wrapped in grievance, and Romney's asking the tough question: is this constitutional? His answer? In some cases, yes. In others, no. We'll see what the Supreme Court says. Neutral? Absolutely, but the subtext screams caution. Our founders designed separation of powers to prevent exactly this kind of escalation. Speaking of foresight, remember 2012? Obama roasted Romney for calling Russia America's top threat. Laughter then, chills now. Romney couldn't stomach Trump's recent Alaska summit with Putin, red carpet for a dictator while Ukraine bleeds. Unimaginable, he said. We have to stand up for our friends. It's a call to reclaim America's moral high ground, not through isolation, but alliance building. And on economics? Romney's no fan of Trump's tariff blitz. "I'm not a tariff guy," he declared, blunt as a Boston winter. Why? Tariffs aren't just policy, they're a worldview flip. Past presidents build U.S. power through friendships, legal immigrants, H-1B visas, global pacts. Trump's approach? We've built power too long, now we exercise it. Going after Canada? For Pete's sake, Canada. Romney's incredulous tone lands like a mic drop. Sure, China's fair game for steep duties, but coordinate with allies to squeeze effectively. Not this solo cowboy routine that's jacking up prices. And those prices? They're hitting Romney where it hurts, in the grocery aisle. The guy's cooking his own meals now, stunned by $5 staples and a $10 high-protein cereal that barely yields 4 bowls. It's unbelievable, he admitted, a rare glimpse of the everyman behind the suit. This isn't abstract econ speak. It's inflation's human toll, a ticking bomb for Republicans as midterms loom. Romney's analysis cuts deep. Tariffs inflate costs, erode trust, and hand Democrats a wedge issue. Why pursue this when history shows multilateral pressure works better? It's short-term muscle over long-term might, a classic Trumpian gamble. Now pivot to the crystal ball, 2028. Romney is picking J.D. Vance as the GOP nominee, and a real shot at the White House. Brilliant, he calls the Ohio senator. No hesitation. Not his pick, mind you. Romney's a party orphan these days, adrift from both sides. But his read? Spot on. Vance embodies the populist surge, blending Rust Belt grit with Ivy polish. Democrats, take note. Your bench better step up. It's a neutral forecast, but laced with Romney's quiet gravitas. Politics as chess, not checkers. Yet amid the Beltway chess, real tragedy strikes home. Romney, a devout Mormon, grappled with Sunday's horror at a Latter-day Saints church in Grand Blanc, Michigan, his home turf. An attack on any religious institution is unimaginable, unthinkable, inexcusable, he said, voice cracking with personal stakes, cousins in that very congregation. Echoing a Catholic church shooting and surging anti-Semitism, he wonders if persecution's shadow looms again for his faith. And it's personal squared, the assassination of Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University, where 2 grandkids study. It becomes associated with this terrible act. Romney mourned, praising Governor Spencer Cox for calling out social media's venom. Here's the depth. Romney pins it on dark impulses amplified online, rage loops that blame and inflame. He didn't know Kirk, but defends his free speech. What is freedom if we can't speak freely? It's democracy's fragile thread, and Romney's pulling it taut. His dad's lesson echoes. No pain like being indicted by your own conscience. In a polarized age, that's the ultimate check. Folks, Romney's not preaching, he's warning. From pardons dodged to tariffs biting, from revenge plots to pews under fire. America's at a crossroads, unity or unraveling. His call for a stronger, fairer executive, it's not partisan, it's patriotic. What do you think? Did Biden miss a bullet by not pardoning? Drop your takes below, smash that like if this kept you hooked, and subscribe for more unfiltered dives. This is Libo News, where we cut through the noise. See you next time.